Okay, thank you everybody. Thanks for just for the quick break that we just had. Just the next item on the agenda is the is a monthly performance reports comment. This has gone on there because I've decided that I'd like to have this as an ongoing agenda item, given that we get the monthly performance reports retrospectively, but on a monthly basis. And what I thought it would be good for us to do is once councillors have reviewed those, if there's any ongoing questions or themes that we want to ask, then we would put those in writing for Carrie-Anne and Kath to consider, and then we could send those off in advance of scrutiny meetings to director and heads of services. And then at the next subsequent scrutiny meeting, then you can answer those questions. So, for example, one question that I had noticed that I wanted to ask from the adult social services report for June was that I could see that the numbers of outstanding applications in relation to front door inquiries or front door contacts has increased. So I would be putting in a question to say, can I have some context to that? There's obviously been resource increases in that area. Is that sufficient? Is it an anomaly? Can you please provide some more information? And then in today's meeting, someone would come back and just give us a little bit more context. So that would just mean that on an ongoing live basis, we are reviewing and scrutinising performance. We will try and streamline it as much as possible, so we're not all asking the same questions, which is why I think they would go through myself and Carrie-Anne and Kath first. And if there was something that then wasn't suitable for you to answer in a scrutiny meeting, or if it's something that needed more in-depth review, then we can address that as and when that arises. But I just wanted to put that and ask, Nina, Sharon, Councillor Shan, Rachel, and all officers, are you happy with us doing that?
Chair, I'm happy to come in here. Yeah, I am absolutely happy to take away questions and then come back with the responses at the next meeting of Scrutiny Committee. Absolutely, if that's the way you prefer to do it. It sounds sensible to me, rather than we'd have to have every perhaps senior manager here to answer every question, but to come back, yep, seems sensible. Happy to take that away.
Yeah, I think historically what we used to do is quarterly we would look at performance reports and then go through them line by line. And I don't think we need to do it like that anymore. But what we do need is for members to be given a bit of an overview so they can fully understand those performance reports, because we've got some new members on this committee, and I know that that's in hand for us to have a session on that. So that's, yeah, so that is that. Forward work programme, I'm going to skip over because that's something that I'll discuss in the session at the end, but just to let people know that there has been some work being done in the background to get that work programme in some kind of shape between now and the end of the budget meetings. But it's obviously a live document, so if anyone wants to feed into suggestions for that, please let me know. And on that note, we'll move on to item 10, which is just for us to formalise the fact that item 11 is going to be in private session. Can I please, well, firstly, Rachel, welcome to Scrutiny, but please can you just give us an overview of as to why this needs to be in private session, please?
Thank you, Councillor Jenner. Thank you, Chair. Yes, the decision was suggested to put this into private session because of the commercial sensitivity and confidentiality. Much of the report references some performance issues and references some commissioning activity. So we felt that it would be better to be undertaken in a private session to enable full transparency around some of those issues.
Yep. Okay. Members, I think we need to have a proposer and a seconder for whether we approve that. I don't have any issues with that if there's commissioning and commercial sensitivities. And if there was anything that comes up in there that I think is not within that room, then I think in the future we might ask for it to be half in, half out, but we can cross that bridge if it's needed. So yeah, members, can I have a proposer, please? unless anyone's got any objections. Can't see any members proposing. Let me flick through you all unless you've not just put your
No,
hand.
I think Councillor Deb and Councillor Carroll proposed, but
Oh,
both
okay.
put their hands up.
Did they put their hands up? Because I couldn't see those.
Yeah.
Like, did you do it physically or did you do the button?
No, they did it physically.
That's the problem. I can't, unfortunately, I can't see you all at one time. But yeah, okay, Councillor Carroll as proposal and Councillor Deb as second for that, please. And then happy for us to come off live. I don't know how your technicalities work for that. Do you keep the recording but come off live, wherebear, whatever it's called?
Yeah, so the recording will naturally stop when I go into the debriefing session with the public are left out. And then I was wondering if I could have permission to start a separate recording for the confidential session. But that would be down to.
Yeah, that's fine as long as we're not on air. That's fine.
Okay, I'll just put us in confidential now.